is around.
Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we'll be giving you our instant reactions on Tottenham's 1-1 draw against Everton at Goodison Park as Spurs squander their lead yet again. Spurs could have gone into third place ahead of Newcastle and ahead of Manchester United on 52 points, but no, we had to bottle it and squander the lead. We only got 1 point out of it, and we sit in fourth place, tied on points with Newcastle and Man United. We beat Man United on goal differential, but our goal differential is not good enough to beat Newcastle's. Now we'll start with the timeline of the match, starting in the 58th minute when Abdoulaye Doucouré was sent off after Gray was pushed to the ground by Kane. It was a foul, but the ball did roll to the feet of Abdoulaye Doucouré after the whistle was blown. Kane still went after the ball, and Doucouré was angered by Kane's physicality, and Kane tugged his shirt a little bit, and Abdoulaye Doucouré lashed out his hand, slapped his hand across the face of Kane, which is a huge no-no. Anything to the face is a clear and obvious red card, and Abdoulaye Doucouré was sent off, giving Spurs a huge advantage in this match. In the 66th minute, Spurs got a penalty. A ball was lifted over the top that Perisic kept he nodded it down to Romero, who rushes into the box, and he's clipped by Keane, who was trying to clear it, not realizing that it's there, and it's an obvious penalty. The ref just points straight to the spot. For the penalty, Kane steps up to take it. Little bit of mind games going on for Pickford. Pickford knows that Kane loves to go to the right-hand side of the goalie, but Pickford ends up diving to the left-hand side, and Kane goes to his usual right side of the goalie's right side, which he went into his bottom left corner, which gave Spurs a crucial lead, which at the time, when it was 1-0, we were in third place. From then on, up until the 88th minute, Spurs made some substitutions, including Lucas Moura, who came on for Son Heung-min. And only like 10 minutes or so, or I think even less than 10 minutes, Lucas was sent off. Lucas tried to flick a header on to Keane, Lucas tried to flick a header on, but Keane was there. He got the ball back. Keane cleared it, and Lucas Moura was really late with his challenge, completely just stepped on Michael Keane's boot, and it was a clear red card, just like Abdoulaye Doucouré's red card. Clear red card, and now the playing field was all even with 10 men for each side. Then in the 90th minute, literally right at the end of the game, Michael Keane scored for Everton, sending the place into raptures. It was such a good goal, breathtaking finish from Michael Keane. I don't think he would have hit the ball sweeter at any other time in his lifetime. But Godfrey squares the ball to him. No Spurs player close him down. And when Keane realizes that, he just makes an attempt, runs for goal, and lashes a shot. Lloris doesn't even move. And that's how the match ended 1-1. A really disappointing performance from Spurs. Yet we did all that hard work in the first half and in most of the second half. It was just that little end where we didn't have that intensity and we didn't pressure Keane down. That was where it all went wrong for us. We put so much effort into the first half and the second half, beginning of the second half, to defend. We were playing pretty well up until then. One little mistake and it's 1-1. Disappointing for Spurs. I think our man of the match is either Kane or Kulusevski. They were both pretty good. Son was decent. Kane was up there. He's really good for the finish for the penalty from him, especially with Pickford's mind games, and Pickford knows him since they both play for England, and Pickford knows where Kane likes to go from the penalty spot, so really good penalty by Kane. Kulusevski was pretty much our star man in attack most of the time today. Found himself on the ball a lot and was creating a lot of chances, made a lot of good dribbles, and was linking up really well with Pedro Porro, who also had a pretty good performance on that right-hand side. Moving into our other attackers, not Kane, but Son. Son was pretty good. he didn't really have any chances in front of the goal, but he was not bad. He was eventually subbed off for Lucas Moura in the 82nd minute. Perisic was decent. He wasn't terrible at times. He was shaky. Hooper and Skip in midfield were very so-so. I think they were good at the beginning of the match. They were really good in the first half, keeping up the intensity, both of them. But then as the match went on, they started to lack alertness and lack intensity, and they started to become fatigued. That's what it looked like, which has been a big story with Spurs for a while now, since Conte and Stellini, I think they both don't really make the most influential subs like today. That was also a bad substitution. I think Conte and Stellini both have something against Arnaud Danjuma. They just keep him from coming onto the pitch. There are so many other subs we can make. Okay, not so many other. I would say two other. Like, instead of bringing Sanchez and Lucas on, a way better option could have been to bring Son on for Skip, and to bring Danjuma on for Son. Like, I don't know if Stellini and Conte have something against Danjuma, or if they're just too stubborn that they don't want to put him in the starting lineup, or they don't want to bring him on as sub. But that's where a lot of stuff went wrong for us. At the back, Dyer was so not really the best. He was very energetic and had a good start to the match. But again, at the end, I think he also didn't close down players enough. I think it was Skip who was mainly at fault for the clean goal. Like I said, again, it was just that one moment where they didn't close him down. They were working hard all game, defending well, up until that one moment, that one little mistake, and we let in a goal. And all that work is gone. So, Eric Dyer, a so-so performance. Romero was pretty good on the right-hand side, right center back. Made a little bit of rash challenging. Not terrible from him. Lloris in goal. He's making his return from injury. He was really good. Made some great saves. I believe Onana and some other Everton players had shots that went, long shots that went on the ground and into the left and right corner. But Lloris did well to reach out to them and hold on to the ball. I believe it was either an Onana or Gay shot that went. That Lloris made a great save. He just threw an arm up right under the crossbar and made a great save later in the game. So Lloris, a really good return from him from injury. But another thing I want to talk about was building out from the back. When we build out from the back from goal kicks, it was between Lloris, Dyer, and Romero, and a little bit of Longley. Where Everton are pressuring us so much back there, but we don't feel a need to just boot it out and play the safe way. Dyer was almost caught on it. Lloris, there was a point where Dyer passed it to Romero. Romero laid it off to Lloris, and Lloris went back to Romero, which forced us to try to keep the ball from going out, to keep Everton from taking the ball, and we're all of a sudden in trouble at the back, and we get it out eventually, but at a cost since we conceded throw-in and Everton are on the front foot. But we just need to learn to bang it out of there sometimes. Just clear it. You know, if we find ourselves in a situation like that, it's always Dyer and Lloris. We know Lloris, he's not the best with his feet. We've seen that many times, but from him, where he's been very shaky with his feet, passing to our players. And even when he comes off his line, too, he's very shaky. So that's probably the only downside of Lloris's game. But yeah, that will conclude our instant reactions on Tottenham's 1-1 draw with Everton at Goodison Park. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts on the match. And until next time, come on you Spurs!